but I did
Did you see
not.
his penis? Is
No,
the question.
no.
He was sitting like this,
Oh my
and
gosh.
and the phone was like this.
It
Yeah,
was
that's what
probably like,
everyone
"Hey, babe,
said.
when you come over, you get the full
But he's gotta be a shower then, because there's no way. Aw, only slightly behind schedule. Hello! Oh, I didn't change the
SYWB if you
background.
still want
Hello!
it.
And welcome back to the See You Later podcast. The podcast where we talk about the who. No, what was it?
The who, the what, the when, and the
Damn it.
where,
No.
but
Where we talk
not
about
them.
the podcast where we talk about the drama of the restaurant industry, but never the who or the where because it doesn't really matter. Episode 4, still haven't got the intro right one time.
Yeah,
How you doing,
we'll
Jason?
get it right eventually. Once we start hitting the double digits, then we'll worry.
Double digits where it's... Is that too dark? Okay.
So back to what we were talking about.
No. We can't. We gotta go
The
start
set
new.
escape.
We can start new.
Righty then.
All right. So it's been a week since we talked, Jason.
It has been. I haven't changed.
My camera's
My
off. Damn it.
depression has been kicking in.
Oh, is that true?
I haven't showered. I haven't cleaned. I haven't changed clothes. The hell's
Because
called?
I kept thinking you were talking about Warp Tour.
Nah, they're not as cool.
Not anymore. Didn't they? No. Didn't they stop Warp Tour like 4 years ago? 5?
Probably. I don't even
I think
know,
it stopped
bro.
before
I
COVID.
never.
Because I went to one and it was like one of the last ones.
Okay.
All right. So I should have got this at the last podcast because
What
it's
was
a
I?
bit of a cliffhanger. Um, but I teased it a little bit. The update on the knife.
Oh yeah.
So you remember 2 weeks ago now, I was saying the whole growing mentally and like
I'm learning when to let go.
learning when to let go and growing all that. You know what I say to that now? All that immediately. So quick update because I'm tired of talking about this now. It's already over, but because we do a podcast, we had to rehash everything. I guess you don't know maybe the whole thing.
No, I don't know.
So, I'll send you the picture.
I've only known what
So I
you've
brought
told
it
me.
in when one of the chefs was like, "Oh, it's not balanced. It's not balanced enough." And what it came to is if it's balanced, he would use it. That's what he said. If you balance it, I'll use it.
Okay.
So basically, I destroyed the knife off his purview, off his word. I sent you some pictures. He said if I balanced the knife, he would use it. So I took it home. The only way to balance that knife because it has a polymer handle and all that is to cut off the end because it was front heavy, not very. It was only off by like this much. It was only off about this much on balance. Like you put your finger here and it was off balance. You put your finger here and it was balanced. So anyway, so I took it back and balanced it, which means cutting off. And I'll show the pictures here. I cut off the tip. I circumcised my knife, and then I took it back into the kitchen. And he said that because his finger, this is his reasoning, because his finger is bigger and it doesn't balance with his finger, it's not balanced. Bigger than my finger. He looked at it and he said, "Look, you see my finger's bigger than yours? Look, it's not balanced." So he wouldn't use it. So I did this to the knife, saying that's because that's what technically the customer wanted. What it was for him ish, kinda.
For him ish.
And so I destroyed the knife. It's destroyed. So third picture, I'm just gonna show this to you. I'm going to
Did you
uh
put it in the fire?
no,
You burn it?
I'm gonna fix it into this shape. Put it up
That's good.
here. And then make another long one. Because I already bought another piece of metal. So a second time will probably be better. But yeah, I'm pretty upset that I destroyed the knife and he's still not gonna use it. I destroyed the knife based on something he wanted. And he's still not gonna use it. Um I also electrocuted myself while doing it, which hurt. So for knives, you temper them and you heat them up, cool them down and quickly, and then you put them in the oven.
Mm-hmm.
So that way it's the right hardness. So if you drop it, it won't shatter, and if you sharpen it, it'll stay sharp. And if you sawzall the knife, it heats it up. Friction, that's how it works. So you can't if you heat it up, it'll ruin the temper, and I can't retemper the knife because it has a plastic handle. So I would
Mm,
have to cut off the handle, and the handle was the hardest part of that knife, and remake a handle, and then cut the knife, and then remake the handle. Didn't wanna do that. So what I did was, I stuck the knife in water, laid it in water so it was covered the entire time, cold water, and then I forget what it's called. It's like the wheel that spins at 30,000 RPM or whatever it is. It's
okay.
a cutting tool, I forget what it's called though. I use that, it's electric.
Talking about the saw?
It wasn't a saw. It's called something. Grinding,
Grinder, whatever you want to call it.
I don't know, circular grinder, it's one of those. And it was raining that day, and it's an outside shop that I have, and, I was standing in water with my I thought these were rubber shoes, but I guess they're not. Standing in water, holding an electric tool, dipping it into water, kinda just the blade in the water, so it's just the metal in the water, but it spins like this, so it splashes everywhere, so I would go each cut, I would get soaked here with freezing cold water, and this was the day before, like, the day of work. I was late to work doing this, a little late, like 10 minutes, and, was it late? I don't think I was late today, but either way, and I started feeling like a buzzing in my hand. And I was electrocuted really bad in high school when I was in shop class, so I recognized the feeling because I wasn't, touching any wires or anything, it was just touching the plastic on the outside. I recognized that feeling, so I started to buzz a little bit, so I put it down. I was like, "Was that what I think it was?" And I did it again, and I did it again, so I was like, "Okay." So I walked in, I was tired, I just wanted to finish this fucking thing so he would use it. Walked in, grabbed one of the gloves, rubber gloves, uh put a stone on the ground and stood on that so I wouldn't be standing on wet ground. Took the electrical cables off of the wet ground, and I finished it that way. I electrocuted myself, destroyed the knife, and it wasn't balanced according to him. So, it's just sitting on my desk.
So you just had a really personal moment then. That's all you.
I guess so. Cool part was, it was a little serendipitous, not a word. I ordered one piece of metal from the same place, Amazon. I don't know why I'm hiding it. And, I got it, and then a few days later, I got another package. I was like, "I didn't order anything. They sent me 2 on accident."
Nice.
I think to me, it was a sign
You
to
gonna fuck
make
up again?
no,
Oh,
to make another one. It was just a weird sign to make another one. That's all. Is all,
you really think they're gonna use it?
no.
Yeah.
What this was gonna happen. I'm gonna fix the tiny one because that's their knife. I'm gonna fix the tiny one, probably leave it at my house. I'm gonna make a long one again, make it better because I know how to make it. I could probably make it better now, and, bring that in the box like it were. Pretty much, I'm guessing the executive chef isn't gonna know the difference because I bought the same pattern and everything. So, leave that at work, use it whenever I wanna use it. If I ever leave this restaurant, I don't foresee that in the near future, I'll leave them the short knife, and I'll take my knife with me. I know I know this whole gift thing I'm having trouble with, but that's not I'm leaving them their knife, not mine.
Temporarily leaving.
No, no. No, no. I'm making a new one that I'm gonna use in the kitchen whenever I want to, and the one that I made for them is gonna stay there forever. It's just shorter now, at the request of one of the chefs. Final update, I'm done talking about it. If you wanna see more, if you wanna see me make the knife, go look at my other YouTube channel. It's not up yet, but it'll be up eventually, where I make how I made the knife, and I'm probably gonna record making the second one and the next one. I like working with Damascus. It's really I've never done it before. It's really fun. It's challenging. Stressful, 'cause if it's not a good enough quality, it'll
Shatter.
shatter. Because what it is, it's heated, welded 2 different types of metal together. So if they welded it poorly, it'll just crack when you hammer it. But the so far, I hit the shit out of the thing. I even dented it a little bit, and it didn't there was no sign of cracking whatsoever, so that's why I was okay with ordering it again because it was expensive. It's like $60 for a bar,
Eesh.
just a bare bar, and, and then you make the knife out of the bare bar. Because normally, if you just get a normal bar of steel, it's like $10 to make a knife out of, but this is specialty. That might be overpriced, I don't actually know. So if I'm getting a bad deal and for some reason you know about making knives, let me know.
I don't know. I mean, it is Amazon. I'm not sure
That's
about
why I was
bad
wondering
deal,
about it.
but may not be the best
I was worried about
either.
buying metal from Amazon, but it's a seller on Amazon, it's not Amazon brand steel. So,
I mean, yeah, but still, it's about the price.
oh, that's cool. I went over to oh, I can't even do it 'cause oh, hold on. I gotta do something. Vamp for a sec well, let me give you a topic.
Got a vamp. Okay. Speaking of vamp, you guys remember Vamp from Metal Gear Solid 2? The fact that his name was a vamp, that was the way it made me laugh. Uh, Never mind the fact that he was a genuine vampire. I don't care what anyone says. I get nano machines existed, but like that fucker walked on water. He bit people. He sliced and diced them, and he had a gay fighting fight with Raiden. Okay, that man was 100% vampire, and I don't believe that it was nano machines. I believe it was a real thing. Just the nano machines just was just inside him. That was it. On another note, I don't know what's going on with Overwatch 2. I have not looked at any of the updates. I have not looked at any of the patch notes. I just know that it's getting weird. I would not have any time to stream this week, sadly, because I'm working doubles. Hopefully, after I can probably sit down and actually stream and actually figure out what the patch notes are. And then hopefully I'll be done with Dragon's Dogma because yes, Dragon's Dogma 2 is coming out in March. Hopefully I'm done with the stream. I'm done with that game. Then we hop on to the next one. Because I'm really excited to see what Dragon Dogma 2 brings. I have not checked any news article for it. I've not actually updated myself. I know the vocations have been updated. I don't know if there's going to be mixed vocations like there was in the last game, but I'm going to be very excited for what to come. The only thing I do know is I think it was what like a support vocation now that supports the pawns in your team, which is I'm very excited for because I would love to actually have like a badass team while I just buff them. Let them do the work while I just watch. I think that'd be really really fun to do like a playthrough of.
Speaking of fun to do, and actually getting on topic,
Mm-hmm.
there is no topic of this podcast what we're talking about. We claim so, but we get off so much. Anyway, so when I was making the, uh, the email for this podcast, I didn't know did you know you're not allowed to use swears in Gmail? Like, I was trying to get see you waiter bitches pod or see you waiter bitches at gmail.com. Did you know you can't use swear words in emails? You can't use bitches?
Really?
Yeah, I thought that was weird. I had never tried to get an email with a swear name, but then it struck me. I was like, "Well, wait a minute.
Can you do it with Yahoo?
Ho" I wasn't gonna use Yahoo. How but what if your last name is a swear?
You're tough out of luck. I
Tough out of
think.
luck, right? Because bitches, it turns out, is a last name. I looked it up. Bitches. Or is it bitch? Let me see. Bitch. Batch. So if someone's last name is bitch, they can't get a Gmail account with their name. That was her stomach.
It's a gurgling.
Or is she about to fart?
I have no idea. I don't know what you ate. I don't know what you did. But I hope you get better.
Having a
Okay.
dog on a podcast is risky.
I'm sorry. I'm just keeping an eye on her.
Oh no, I just mean the comments you get about a dog as a dog owner is
Why? That I'm doing a
ruthless.
bad job?
They'll tell you you're doing a bad job, even like it's just well, if we ever get any viewers, it's just how it goes.
I don't know anything about dogs. I've been learning everything I go on YouTube.
All right, well, you're feeding into them. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I wanted to play a
And give
game.
me some educational answers instead of just saying I'm a bad person. Give a helping hand.
They try. They don't. Anyway.
Yeah, I like to see you try. I genuinely would like to see you try.
All right. Let's calm down. Let's calm down. I thought it'd be fun to if you could name the top 3 countries with the last name bitch. where it comes from.
Bichos.
Top
I
3.
would.
I'll give you a hint. 2 out of 3 are Spanish speaking.
I fucking know it.
Well, okay, never mind. I guess 1 out of 3, but it's basically Spanish. I gave you a big hint. All right,
That's a minor hint. Do you know how many different Spanish countries there
take a
are?
guess.
I was gonna go with Russia,
Nope.
Brazil,
Oh, that's number 3.
Spain.
Brazil's number 3.
Okay, and that was it then.
Nope. Wait, I
I
said Spanish speaking, and you never mind. You went to Russia first.
Yeah, because of all the accent marks. And then you said two, so I was like, all right, well then
I'll
now I
give
gotta
you one
think.
more guess. It is in
Not
South
Spain.
America.
Okay then.
You're missing 2, but so I'll give you 2 more guesses. One of them is South America. One of them is in
Not Colombia, right? No.
nah.
If it's Ecuador, I'm gonna lose my mind.
I wish that'd be great.
That would be too
Argentina.
funny. Argentina. Oh yeah, Argentina
Number
is
1.
fucking
Number
one.
1's the surname bitch is number 1 in Argentina. Not it's not number 1 in Argentina, but the out of all the countries, that's the highest. It's got around 6 families have bitch in Argentina as a last name. Bitch.
Yeah, I was gonna say because of the accent marks as well as the pronunciation probably changes it.
Well, it doesn't in this spelling. There's no accents or anything. It's just straight bitch.
Are you looking at the actual American spelling, or are you just
Yeah.
okay? Well, then there you go.
Well, no. I'm saying that spelling with no accents. It says these countries have it,
Okay.
and then it says there are some in China, but it says one instance in China.
Oh,
I
poor
don't know how you
family.
pronounce that in Chinese.
Poor family.
But then, so number 2 is Morocco, and
I
number
forget
3 is
Morocco's a
Brazil.
place. I do forget.
Where's Morocco? Oh, there it
I
is.
need to.
Is it Africa? Yeah, Morocco. I didn't know Morocco's in Africa. I didn't know it connected to Spain. I forgot about that. I thought it was in the Middle East.
No, a lot of people do, but it's not. Even I did for a little bit. I do need to sit down and actually look at my countries and
So
continents.
6 families in Argentina have the last name, 4 in Morocco, and 2 in Brazil.
Bichirasas. That's probably how they
To be
say
fair,
it.
Malaysia is tied with Brazil at 2. I just think was really funny. Like, how are you gonna have? It is 4 millionth most common, 4.7 millionth most common name in the world. Oh, maybe it's not. No, it's not even families because it says 17 people have this surname in the whole world. So that must be not family members, just people. That makes me think they changed their last name.
No, I think they want to change their last name. I just think it was a bad, bad family right then and there.
I wonder what bitch used to mean. Like, you know how England, like blacksmith, because the last name blacksmith is because you were a blacksmith. I wonder where bitch came from. This guy's a bitch. So for the rest of the time,
I mean, yeah, they probably called him Yellow for their whole life. He probably was the bitch of the whole village, and then they were just like, all right, that's gonna be your new name. And sadly, he kept that name going for generations.
that's funny. Does Jason have any notes? Or is he all flush out?
Me?
Yeah.
The only notes I ran down was the big one that we talked for the last podcast. Another one was I always found it funny that some servers they'll take a second and be like, hey, could just remind you, don't forget about me. You have to help me out too. But you just spent like the last 10 minutes clearing every section of their tables and grabbing all the place in the water. But because they didn't see, they just assumed that you didn't help. And that part always made me giggle. Uh,
Yeah, but there's
because
no
like
explaining your way out of that though.
no, there is
You
no
just have to like
explaining.
say okay,
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
then
There is no explaining. It just makes me laugh too. 'Cause I was like, I gotta go help these other two now. I was like, don't forget about me. I was like, boy, it's been 15 minutes. I've been helping you nonstop. I gotta go help the other two now.
yeah. I feel like I'm not gonna speak for the waiters, but to me it seems like, or I don't want to speak more like because I think I'm about to. It seems like their biggest complaint is lack of coverage by the waiters assistants.
Coverage. Oh, well, oh
Like not
yeah.
enough waiter assistants.
Well, I'm
But then on our end, if we have any like, we had 4 waiter assistants last night. We probably made no money
yeah, I know. I didn't even
because we all split
ask.
the tips.
Yeah, we did. I did not even ask because they were taking forever.
I never ask.
I was gonna ask. I might ask today just to see how much we made. Well, I mean, part of the problem with that isn't just like the number of services there; it's who's in the position is what they're probably mad at, and also the side stuff that we kind of get thrown under the bus for.
What size stuff?
So, for example, um, was it yesterday? No, the day before. I was food running, and because I was becoming a server, the manager wanted to know, like, do you understand how to debone the fish that we sell?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, yes, I did. I have watched YouTube videos. I've done my research on that. I just haven't been properly trained by you guys. And I was like, well, time to find out.
Which is weird because 'cause I've
So,
been trained for it.
with that in mind, uh, I went in to debone the fish, and obviously the server was mad because it was her table, and she obviously, part of selling and part of entertaining the guest is making sure you do everything you do, no matter what food or what specialized drinks that you're giving. That's part of the pitch, and that's part of the exam, part of the things. But with that being said, I was backed up because I was trying to debone a fish, and then after that, I was spent the last 10 minutes after that just trying to catch up on the orders, trying to catch up on everything. I think it was food running at that time. So
Yeah,
food,
you
getting all the
yesterday?
ingredients. No, 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 a couple of days ago.
Oh, okay.
Getting the food out, making sure I got all those utensils, all the equipment everyone needs for the chef so they can actually prepare the food and actually finish it. But with that little hiccup, that's what kind of annoyed me about it too. Because I was like,
Does it
well,
take you a while to do the fish? Because it took me like, they didn't cook it. It I didn't know
all
why I
fish are
was
different because you have to understand is how it's not how they cook it. It's just like what's kind of the end goal
yeah, I don't really
and
wanna say
what's
what
the
fish
ending.
though, 'cause I don't
Exactly. We don't know not the fish. Because remember, you can also cook the fish, but remember, if it's busy, it's gonna be a minute or two before that fish actually gets out of the line and
yeah.
then served into the guests. Also, other times when it's freshly cooked and like right on cue, like we're done, serve it. Even when it's like hot and ready, it's still kind of a pain in the butt to kind of get rid of because you still got to deal with the steam. And yes, it is easy to chop off, but you still got like the bone is freshly cooked, so it's not weak in any way. It's like that bitch is right then
Smushy,
and there.
yeah.
So it's always gonna be annoying, it's always gonna have its difficulties, but it's easy to do that process. I think it's funny that, there are some servers who don't do it because they don't know how to do it,
Yeah,
and some just
there's l the most of
have
them.
not learned.
Most of them don't know how to do it or don't know how to do it.
Yeah, and I always found it kinda funny because, I mean, like you said, you don't practice. You can look at the fish and you can actually see, like, what to cut, what to get rid of,
It's
and
just
what to, like, push
nerve-wracking
or
is all it
rush.
like, I'm sure
It's only nerve-wracking if you try to time yourself, but that does not matter because the more you do it, the better it gets. It's just skill building at that point. The only thing you should probably practice is how to communicate or how to make the little jokes here and there to still entertain the guests. And that's what I've been practicing more when it came to deboning that fish.
I'm just bothered that we can't use a knife. We gotta use spoons.
I can understand why not using the knife,
I would use a butter knife, I wouldn't use a sharp knife, but
but
just having because that curved surface is more difficult to scoop. Because like, I caught fish last summer, and I skinned them, and that was difficult with a knife, but it was a raw fish, I guess, maybe that's the difference.
yeah, yeah, but I mean, I think people overcomplicate some of the scenarios with it. Like I did see one of them try to break the actual bone on the head fish so they can peel it off a little quicker when it came to again the ending it, which is getting rid of the skeleton. Nah, I didn't find it difficult though. I feel like if you pick up the head and you slowly push it out along with the rest of it, because we're wearing gloves, we're wearing all the protective gear, so there should be no cross contamination at all, unless it is your fault as a server to do something like that.
Wear
But
nude gloves.
to do that, it's just easy after that, because again, deboning it, it's cooked. It's easy to get rid of. You just have to take your time and pace yourself slowly with it.
That's what I was saying, mine was the one that I did was not cooked 'cause it literally took me 10 minutes, we had to reheat it 'cause it was and, like, 3 waiters came up and tried to help me, like, it was not cooked all the
Yeah,
way, so they had to it would no, it was cooked all the way, it was cooked too much or something because it wasn't underdone,
overcooked. My bad.
but we had to heat it up back in the, not the they put it in the oven?
They
No, they
can,
put it in the
but
under the 'cause they didn't wanna cook it more. Can't remember which because it wasn't underdone, definitely not. They wouldn't
It
let it
might
out
have
of
just
the
been
line.
overcooked then. But again, that's also the issue when it comes to like food and all that. That's why I also give props to the food vendors that we have. The- I know they got a little hiccups, but when they deliver their food, at least they deliver it with efficiency. They move quickly, you know.
Yeah,
Especially one, they move like a bullet.
one of them does.
One of them moves like a bullet, and I really do like her for that. Because again, remember, I think the first podcast servers, as much as the money relies on how they represent themselves, um, it also is a very, 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 very thin line that they can just lose all the money with no control whatsoever. Because yeah, if you're busy and you're trying to do your best to entertain the guests, and the food is just 30 minutes behind, and they like we've been here for 40. You telling me I gotta wait like almost an hour and 10 just to get food? You're not gonna get money on your pocket. And if they fuck up the food, you're not gonna get money in your pocket. And
Yeah.
if you fuck up remembering when to put the food in at a certain time, you're not gonna get money out of it. If the bartender just happens to have a bad day and just not really care about measuring the drinks correctly, you're gonna have a bad tip out of it.
Yeah, that's the universal thing about waiting is you have relatively no control over the food. You have 0 over the quality, I guess.
No, it's half and half. You have no control of half of what you're supposed to represent, and then you have control of the other half. But still,
But
it's still
100% of
half
it
and
affects
half.
your tip,
Yeah,
yeah.
100% it destroys your tip, which really sucks.
Just like the knife,
Mhm.
destroy the tip.
Yep.
Did you see that
Poor
Drake
them.
stuff?
I did not. I've
So
heard
you heard
about
about it.
it, but I did
Did you see
not.
his penis? Is
No.
the question.
No. I know a lot of people seem to be happy about it though. I just feel sorry for the guy in general. I mean, good for him if whatever he's got going made people happy. But come on, man, that's just an invasion of like privacy.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
You know, I just feel sorry for the guy on that part. You know,
I ask because one of the they'll remain genderless. One of the waiters or waitresses, one of the servers,
oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
one of the servers said that they're already a fan of Drake musically, and I don't know how I'm gonna go about this. The note that I have is that they've got a chance with Drake.
Mm. They've got a chance. Go for it then. No one's gonna stop you. But
Well,
Drake himself.
I guess that kinda gives I guess I got it gets rid of the they thing right of the way because they say that they're Drake's type, however they know that, and so if they're Drake's type, I front row at a Drake concert, they were like, "I got a shot,"
Yeah, go for it. Who cares?
because
Yeah.
obviously they saw the video. And so there was the whole meme about not letting your girlfriends watch the Drake video. Did you see that?
No.
It was on TikTok. There was like guys, and the
Mm.
joke that they were making,
Guys, don't let your girl watch it.
but it was kind of a rude joke because the joke that they were making was what was it? It was like I would never. It's kind of hard to explain. The joke was not.
In good taste,
Yeah, it wasn't
or
in good taste. It
yeah.
wasn't. They were saying it wasn't letting my girlfriend wasn't the part of the joke. If the letting my girlfriend was part of the joke, it would have been funnier. But the whole joke was that it was like surrounding is like I can't explain it very well. Wonder if I could find a TikTok.
Wow,
Like
what was his penis? What was it,
pause it.
big or was it weird?
Well, I tried to find this TikTok. It was weirdly big.
Weirdly big? Oh, that's
So I was
fine.
gonna say my girlfriend said so on top of that joke, I walked into my girlfriend's house last night and we talked for a while and then eventually I made the joke of, "So did you see about Drake?" I don't care if she looked it up, but I knew she knew that joke of like guys being mad about their girlfriends watching it. And so I did it as a joke. I was like, "So you see Drake?" And she was like, "No, I couldn't find it." I was like, "Ah,
Okay,
so
no,
you
yeah.
looked for it.
Yeah, no,
You couldn't
the
find it. That means you
deleting that.
looked for it."
Okay, that's a very different story
So
than what I've saw.
she couldn't find the video, but so I found it for her, because I didn't see it yet, and I was like,
So you're telling me a man who did not who made it a joke Asked this girl, said, "Did you see the video?" She said, "No, I couldn't find it." And you said, "You know what? Imma find it for you." It made an effort.
Yeah, because the joke was done after that. I said the joke and I was like, "Oh, well," I was like, "Do you wanna see it?" She was like, "Kinda." I was like, "Okay, let me see," because she couldn't find it. "Okay, let me see if I can find it," because I hadn't looked at that point. I hadn't tried to find it. Um, I hadn't tried to find it yet, because I was thinking about asking her first. Not if I not
Did
if
you find it? Can I see it?
not if I
Fuck.
could not if I was allowed to see it anyway, but,
Oh
like,
my
just, like,
gosh.
if she had seen it yet. And so I couldn't find the video. It was really hard to take to I couldn't find the video. The only thing I found
Yeah,
was
because
a
they're deleting it. That's the whole point. He got his whole publicist,
yeah,
his whole
but this
public team to
you
come
can't
in.
erase anything on the internet.
Of
So to
course,
erase the
yeah,
whole video is really impressive.
but it just becomes a, like, how determined are you to find something like that, you know? Because if you can't find it in the actual safe sites, like Twitter and Facebook, or even, the I don't know if I can say the words, the adult sites, if you can't find it there, well then
Oh, I didn't look at any
that's it.
adult sites. I feel weird about that. That's like
Yeah.
I mean, it's
It's
weird
just that Kim
anyway, but, like,
Kardashian shit at that point then. That's what that's all it is.
I've never actually seen that video either, Miss
Um,
Kardashians.
I don't know.
Is it good?
I don't know.
Oh, you never watched it?
Probably not.
You never watched it?
No. I'm not gonna pay $50 for that. You're damn mind.
Hey, what are you talking about? Just
Yeah.
Google it. Who's 50?
But that's what happened when it came out. It
What
was
video are you
being
talking about?
sold for $50 when the video came out.
She was selling it?
No, it was no one had it on the internet. They were selling it at point
But I
blank.
meant since then, have you watched it?
No, I don't
Oh,
care.
okay.
No, that's when we left. That's when we left because people were like, "Did you see it? Did you see it?" Like, yeah, I had to pay $50 for it.
No, I
And
didn't
I was
know
like,
that.
"Damn, really?" It's like, yeah, my baby girl had to spend $40 just to see it. I mean, it was all right, and I was like, "Damn, what the fuck?"
I mean, that was a long time before OnlyFans.
It was a long time before. It was part before Facebook and all that stuff was actually gonna pop off. OnlyFans makes me laugh too.
I'm gonna put some of my favorite Drake memes here because some of them are funny.
I don't know anything about Drake. I know he's got good music, but that's about it. He was a Degrassi at one point, right? I think that
Yeah,
was
I
the
don't really care
thing.
for his music.
He just makes me laugh because of his other pictures and his dance move. What was it? The one of his
Hotline
biggest song. I think
Hotline
that's what it
Bling,
was.
something like
Yeah.
that. But I still think they did that on purpose though,
Yeah,
where
because
they made a memeable dance dance so
you
everyone could
couldn't
do
tell
it.
he was having fun. That was the point of the video. He was having fun in that one moment.
One person commented about Drake after all this. Well, no, there was a video of like him walking into a room, and he said he was like being all cool, dapping everyone up, and he walked into the room. He said, "Ooh, it's chilly." Like he said that out loud, just like that. He went like this. People
It's
were like,
chilly.
he is not afraid to be himself.
No, he's like
He's not putting
Prince.
it on.
No, he's like Prince in that demeanor. Prince can say a lot of things in his music, and everyone would not bat an eye at what he is or who he is. They're just like, you know what, that's Prince. You don't disrespect them. Yo, that's one of the boys. That's one of us. And then you listen to the music, and some of the music is just pretty weird. You're like, whoa, but no one matters. Who's another person?
This is the
I
now sitting
guess
on TikTok part of the podcast.
I guess Lady Gaga, I guess, would kind of fit into that because Lady Gaga was supposed to be that weird person that no one really cared for. It's like that's just like Marilyn Manson or kind of music. But then when she got popular and she really hit it big, how'd happen? Everybody fell in love with her, and it didn't matter who her target audience was. Everybody could be a fan at that point.
Yeah, I can't find this TikTok.
Yeah, it's fine. It's whatever. Again, I do feel sorry for his video coming out
I'm trying
or
to
him.
figure the point that I was trying to say. It's like they weren't. If I can remember the joke, it'd be much easier.
But were they trying to hide behind the fact that they didn't want the girls to see it, or were they just fragile about it?
I don't know. The let you part was what I was like made it not funny because they weren't. The joke wasn't that they were letting their girls see it or not. The joke was a bigger part of it, and that was a small part of it. But it was like that kind of oppressive statement ruined it.
I don't know where it could be.
I can't figure out what I'm trying to say. It's like I'm not like we figured out last time. I'm not good with words. Uh, damn.
Yeah, why was it like demanding?
Yeah, it's like the
Was it
idea
like
of
an
like
alpha kind of person? I'm sorry,
yeah,
alpha kind of person who was like,
yeah.
I don't let your girl watch that,
Yeah, it's
whatever.
the idea of, like, letting someone a person having to let like, just because like, if you or I were dating, saying that you're not allowed to watch this kinda thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's not for you to choose. I guess. But then girlfriends don't like guys watching porn, and that's usually okay.
I don't know, dude. It's just how relationships are.
Well,
They're weird and I
now
don't
I'm
know.
backtracking. Hold on. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Can a guy say, "Don't watch Drake's penis," if a girl says, "Don't look at porn"?
I don't know, dude.
Discuss it. This is a podcast. We're getting
Well, I
introspective on
mean,
porn. Now I'm backing up on what I'm thinking. Maybe it is okay.
it's all based on comfort, bro.
I was about to say it's all based
Relation
on per relationship.
Yeah, relationships are individual. I'm sorry. You you can't form groupings on this kind of mentality
Yeah, that's a good point.
because again, relationships are individual. You can go on magazines, you can go on Instagram, you could find like relationship advice all you want,
I
but
thought you were
you
about to say
have to
Drake's
sit
penis.
down and realize that it's all based on individuality. You can have twins who are the same in every way, but come to a relationship, there's that 1% that's different. And that right there is what changes their whole perspective on what love is and what marriage is and what should be the perfect marriage in their eyes. So to each their own.
Well, I feel like doing 2 in a row is a
It's a burnout, yeah.
little
But
burnout.
I don't know what else I can say about that video because I don't know. I'm the type of person who will make the funny even dumber
Wait, you're talking about
in
what?
that sense for the Drake video.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I'll be the person who, like, if I was in a relationship, I would be the one who was like, hey, did you see Drake's video? It's like, no, you want to see it? And I would check it out with a smile just to, not to
Do you want me to
barge too many
explain
questions, but just because it's dumb
do you want
and
me to
stupid.
explain the video?
What, Drake's
Because I
video?
saw a screenshot of it, I couldn't find the video, but I
Oh,
got the gist from everyone. So he
so what
was
was it
sitting
like?
he fuck yeah.
Wait, was he doing the like
Yeah,
video
yeah.
thing and it's a mirror and he's
He
just
was
fucking
sitting like
dangling
this.
that bitch down? Oh my gosh, that's like every guy's.
He was sitting like this,
Oh my gosh.
and the phone was like this, and then he had his other I can't do it. He had
Yeah,
his other
don't. That shit
hand
is broken. Don't. Yeah.
he had his other hand so he was laying flat and the mirror was over there, and he had
Was he like,
I
baby,
do
I got the
this
worm?
because
Hold on.
this is about
Wait, hold on. Was he like, I got the worm? So
yeah,
come
wait,
here,
yeah,
it
hold
gets
on.
when you come here, it becomes ultra mega.
Alright, this is actually pretty good, hold on.
This is actually pretty good. Oh my god,
Hold on, it's a little less than that, hold on. It was dude, okay,
dude. When I tell you, dude,
okay. This is coming out a week too late, by the way. This is coming out a week later.
who
I should have done the
cares?
Drake thing first. It was a literally, it was like it was like this much, dude.
Good for him.
Width as well.
Good for him.
And apparently he was going like this, but I didn't see the video, so I don't know. I just saw a
Oh,
screenshot
so
of
he probably wasn't even happy yet.
yeah,
It was
that's what
probably like,
everyone
hey, babe,
said.
when you come over, you get the full
But
experience.
he's gotta be a shower then, because there's no way. So
What you mean?
yeah, that's
Yeah, who cares? Good for him, but I still say it's a sad part because it's an invasion of privacy.
I think he's majoritively okay with it though. He's joking about it.
Well, yeah. Well, what can you do?
Like, have you
You can't put fire in an already fucking lit up bonfire. You
well,
can't be
he
like, "Stop it, please!
he
I don't want people to see that." No, because people are gonna want to see more of it.
he removed the video as much as he could.
Exactly.
I couldn't
He's
find it.
got his publicist.
I only looked for like 5 minutes.
He's got his whole team behind it to get rid of it. My favorite joke. I thought you were gonna go with the other server that came in. I walked in. I think when the video was out, or maybe the day after. And I was like, "Hey man, hey, how you doing?" And she's like, and they were like, I'm struggling right now." I'm like, "What's going
Really
on?"
struggling with these pronouns.
And I'm like I'm trying to find the Drake video. And I'm like, "What you mean?" It's like, I just can't find it, man. I went to the website, it's not there. I went to the adult website, it's not there. I'm like, "You're really trying to see it, huh?" And I was like, "I gotta know." And I was like, "You're very determined to find it, huh?" And then like 2 hours later, they pop back in and it's like, I found
You found the
And I was
video?
like, the biggest smile I've ever seen. And you're living your happy life right now, and this is the peak for you, huh? I thought you were gonna talk about that one. That one made me laugh. because
No, I
they're
didn't
like,
hear about
"I
that.
found it, and I watched it,
That's very funny.
and again, he can get it." And I was like, "I don't need to hear about that, okay?
I'm
We're at the
confused.
last table, I'm trying to leave."
I'm not fooling anybody. My wiener is not that big.
"What?" No, I'm just kidding.
I'm confused about it though, because I've only ever have had mine, right? Isn't that too big?
No, not if you're the right person.
I
Something
guess,
that hits
but
all the spot you want, and you're good for the rest of the
yeah,
night,
but you're hitting her lungs.
man.
That's too much.
It can't be that much. Like,
It it would, dude. It was literally,
okay, well, first of all,
and it's this. It was like this.
okay, and yeah,
It
well,
was like
first
bigger
of
than the
all, when
mic.
you do
It's
it
much bigger than the
correctly, it
microphone.
doesn't even matter because when you do it correctly, it just feels fucking good. You're just in there at that point. You're just enjoying it.
Yeah, but
So,
at
with the
some point,
what's some point? No,
like there's no way he gets it all. There's no way it goes all in. There's no way.
based on the person, if you enjoy, don't matter. You get all the way in. You gotta arch your back a little bit, but you get used to it.
Oh god, it just sounds. I'm not a woman. It sounds painful
Bro, everything in life is painful. Don't even start.
for a woman.
For all of us, yeah, but
Oh,
yeah, but
okay.
for women, yeah, of
I
course.
was gonna say for a woman.
But I mean, that's also that's also my take on a relationship in general. Is like you have to understand the difference between
Wait, we need a woman on this podcast.
genuine preference. And that'd be really great to bring this back up if someone wants to come in.
I talked
But
to somebody. Oh no, I talked to Orlando. You always said his name. I talked to Orlando. He's cool with someone coming here, some random person. But it's gonna. I was gonna ask.
okay,
I'm not gonna say her
but yeah,
name,
that
but
doesn't matter. Right now, we need a female for this moment to
oh,
get
I'm
their
talking about future.
opinion.
I'm saying
Yeah,
I asked
for future, we'll
somebody.
discuss about who
I gotta
comes
ask
in.
somebody, but I know someone who I want to get on
Yeah, for the future, we'll discuss about that. Because I mean, that's also another thing. We're gonna have an actual upgrade in this, an actual upgrade. Not just
in
camera
the
wise,
studio. Yeah,
but in the actual studio, we're gonna be having an
camera wise,
actual upgrade.
these cameras are immaculate.
Yes, they're very nice. I'm happy they're actually working this time though.
Shut your mouth.
So fingers crossed. Yeah, yeah,
You just ruined it, by the
we
way.
can't jinx it.
Is this one off yet? Okay, it's still on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, but visually, studio wise, there's a potential chance we're gonna get an upgrade, and with the little extra room that we have, we could actually make something
I want to put a green
semi-professional.
screen up.
I don't know about doing that. No, I'm just kidding. That may be a possibility. Again, I don't know if you even checked the place out or you've seen the videos,
Mm-mm.
but there is a nice area that is actually a little too much room for us. And again,
Studio.
if we do everything correctly, that might be the setup for what this is. Again, it also might be a future setup for what I do for my streaming. But until the moment comes,
And it might be a
it's
far
all
future setup for my streaming.
no.
Oh.
Yeah, no, just kidding. I don't know if you join me on the stream,
Oh.
maybe. But I do like the potential chance of the new studio setup. Also, with the designs of it, I'm not gonna lie, there was actually a lot of skits and a lot of videos I actually would like
Oh.
to direct because the visuals and the
Direct, you
background we
say?
have. There's a small little it's a small little cul-de-sac in that upgrade. It's a little neighborhood. It's a cul-de-sac at the very end. I'm not gonna lie, I would genuinely love to direct this little short film I have of
This is the first. I'm gonna interrupt. This is the first time I've ever heard you have interest in filming.
yeah.
I didn't know you had
I
interest.
always had interest in filming. I just didn't like the
Why
way
haven't
you
you
guys
told
directed.
me? These are my cameras.
I just said I didn't like the way you guys directed, so
What about it? I'm actually really curious. What
like,
haven't you liked?
because you guys still have 3 videos you guys haven't posted yet. So I was like,
Oh,
I don't know if
that's on the back end. That's my fault. That's
yeah,
editing.
that is on the back. Well, again, I don't
Directing is different.
yeah, but directing, yeah, but still, I kinda wanna be behind when it comes to,
Have I
editing
ever
as
explained
well.
have I ever explained
And
why
then
we do why we've done this way to you?
with editing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand why. Well, I shouldn't say fully, but I do understand from a back seat as to why editing and directing are 2 very different things, and therefore they should be separate
Oh, no, I
in that
just mean, like,
moment.
what so let me
But
explain real quick, but you finish first.
yeah, and I also understand editing. You're not just watching someone's vision. Your point is to make a vision come true. But the problem with that is that it's all chucked up to imagination. I can say, look, I want the room to be dark. The fuck does that even mean? Because you could have this setting, you want it to be dark. Dark can just be like, all right, all the lights off, and that's the one I'm looking for. We just happen to have the lights on for that one scene. Your dark could be like, okay, well, the theme of this video is about losing someone's own will to live. And so my interpretation of dark is literally watching everything fade till it's nothing but black. And that's what the last sentence is. But if we're not gonna communicate that, yeah, just like that, if we're not gonna communicate in any way, well, then your job is it's not directionless. You just don't know what the goal is for it. And if I'm not gonna be there to explain that to you, and if I'm not gonna like the end result of it, well, then yeah, editing's gonna take a long ass time for us to get something done.
Yeah.
But
So what I was
yeah, and
saying
then
before, we filmed for an entire year and released one thing, and that one thing I
mhm.
released on my own and filmed on my own.
Which one was that one? Was it the
Perspective, the Israel Palestine.
Oh, okay. Respect to that one, yeah.
Um,
You feeling better?
I don't think she's feeling bad. I don't know what makes you think she feel bad.
I think it's a tummy upset. I think she actually ate something she wasn't supposed to.
Okay, she's acting normal in my by
Yeah.
my eye, but
She hasn't had her breakfast at all,
oh,
and she's not taking the treat.
oh, I see what you mean. She's not
So
eating.
my guess is that she's actually gonna have an accident here after I'm gone,
Oh, oof.
which I know is gonna suck. I hope my brother's fine with that. Hopefully, I get home before he does, so I can
Oh,
clean it up.
hope she's all right.
Yeah.
Um,
That's not a bad one. I'm talking about like might be constipation, but I don't have pumpkin seeds to give her.
why don't you just give her sodium?
Does that work?
Pumpkin seeds are. I s- is it the pumpkin? Because
I think it's the
pumpkin seeds are
pumpkin. I
super high
think
in
it's the
sodium.
pumpkins
Okay,
itself
yeah,
that actually does it.
never mind.
Yeah.
Don't take my
Mm.
veterinary advice. Um,
Thank you for trying, though.
yeah,
That's way better than whoever's
the
gonna do.
comments, the
Yeah, yeah,
comments.
yeah. The comments.
The idea was we filmed for a while. It wasn't supposed to be a year, and we get a backlog, and we finish editing everything that we film because the way YouTube, the same reason I want to do this weekly, the way YouTube works, and I'm going to post them on YouTube is, and actually this is the way that most of the internet works, TikTok too. When you post regularly, you get more views. So that's the idea. We have 10-ish short films and skits that are not done, but that are filmed mostly. And so the idea is that we'll have 10 weeks in a row of posting. It's gotten out of hand, so that's why we're still haven't posted nothing, but
And my opinion on that
lesson learned.
one is again, I never brought it up to you guys because again, I was like, well, I'm an outside source, you know. And again, I'm focused on my own objectives. Like
Mhm.
this is something where I find peace before I do anything else, which thankfully I did. So now this year is to actually do what I wanted to do last year,
Yeah.
but because like of the situation I was in, I was like, I don't want to put anything else on my plate. I'd rather like wake up one day and actually feel comfortable and sane enough to just
Mhm.
direct and do my own thing. And I think that time has finally come. But my opinion on it is yes, YouTube being consistent, yes, you need to kind of push that forward. But not a lot of you and yes, it is hard for you to build a fan base. I understand that. But sometimes the main channel does not give you the fan base. It could be the secondary channel that came in, which is why I was a little more excited when you brought the camera out for the lighthouse trip that we did. And I was also kind of happy when I did help you guys with the editing a bit, that a lot of the footage was like, we're gonna use this as background, or this is gonna be like a vlog, or whatever. The joke was is that
Mhm.
this is just for something else. And I was like, it's better for you guys to actually do outside visual things like that, like show the actual production of what the video is, talk about the little sneak peeks, or just show whatever you're in the environment you're in.
Yeah.
You know, do that and post that on the second channel. And so they know that they're excited for whatever video that they want to see. And that's where you guys can focus on the main videos. And if it's like, sorry, the big video that my brother did, with with
Don't say the
Joel.
name.
Yeah, and I was trying to with Joel. That is something that's gonna, let's say, take 2 to 3 months because we want to make sure we got everything correct. And there is a good chance that we might need to go back and do other new recordings or something like that. Well, then that's what the second channel is for. Entertain them before they get to see the big event, you know.
Yeah. That is the idea, that's where we failed.
And yes, I know, yeah, but that's also why I didn't bring it up. That's why
Because you know,
when
the because the vlog is for my Smithy channel, which is
mhm.
the Smithy Wannabe Smithy is my first
Yeah,
YouTube channel.
your first and
Wannabe Filmy is the second YouTube channel. It is the
yeah.
second one. So I that's what I'm doing. I've done 5 weeks in a row on Smithy.
And that's what I was hoping that he would have kinda done, because whatever extra footage there would have been, you could have at least done a mashup of things left in general. Like it didn't have to be concise. It did not have to be coherent. It did not have to do anything. You could just show that we're doing something, and you should be excited for it if you have any interest of it.
Yeah.
And another reason was YouTube Shorts. They are becoming monetized now, and I thought that the worst case scenario, worst case, if you can't have a 10-minute video, that's what the shorts are for. That's why I did photography for about 4 months because I wanted to genuinely learn what I can from it. And if could sit there and be like, well, I can't do it because I don't have the patience for it, well, then there you go. At least I got my answers for that. That's why I went to with you guys on the event, and that's why I took pictures because I wanted nature. I wanted to take pictures. I wanted to understand if I actually understand what ISO meaning was. I wanted to know if I actually understood what the focus point of pictures were, and understanding that focus does not mean that it's in the middle. Focus means that it is what the main objective of the photo is, with the surrounding areas amplifying that. And again, back to number one, nature. I just miss nature. I did miss the fact of being surrounded by it, and I'm sad that the little location that's right over here that you saw too is all filled up. Like they haven't gotten any gardeners to cut it down yet, so it's filled with all the bugs, filled with all the plants, and
Mm.
it's more of a pain to walk through it than to actually sit in it. But yeah, that's what I enjoyed about it, and I took a nap. Bro, I remember waking up to bugs and little things walking around me, and I was like, oh man, like I adored it. Getting hit with the sun because the leaves, because time has changed. The leaves are now covering over different spots of my face. And that's why I left. I was like, man, I'm tired now because I took a good ass 30-minute nap and I don't see myself recovering. I'm gonna go home and take a nap again.
Wait, left what? What are you talking about?
Yeah, because that's the why I left.
When we were filming?
Yeah, when you guys were filming, I was like, all right,
Oh,
I dropped off the stuff
I didn't know
and
you
I'm gonna
slept in
just
the
head
woods.
home. Yeah, I slept on it. Yeah, I found a perfect bench and
You know
I
you
took
were
a
in a
nap.
you were in the background of our shots
I'm pretty sure I
because of
was.
that?
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, because I mean, again, I didn't know if you guys need me for anything at all. I
Yeah.
was like, I'll be there. Just I had my phone. Call me, ring me, beat me if you want to reach me or something. But you guys never did, and I had my fun. I had my fill of nature and stuff at that point. Again, waking up to the little bugs just kind of crawling around me. That was my highlight of the day. I was like,
That's
that's
weird.
it.
I would that would be the low light of my day. Waking up to bugs?
Yeah, but I mean, they weren't gonna do anything. They weren't gonna infect me. They weren't
Was it
biting me.
ants?
No, not ants. Like just little bugs, little leaf things, kind of crawling around. Not roaches or anything like that. It was just whatever was there.
I guess that would've been nice.
Like a little moth on my knee. I was like, all right, cool. And you just get out of though. I
That's
need to
funny.
go.
That has I'll tell you later why that's really cool, but that has to do with the title.
Yeah, but yeah. And then, like I said, hopefully, good things come that way. And so back to the main objective of what this podcast is about.
Yeah, we haven't even
I know we talked about Drake's penis.
we
We
didn't talk
talked,
anything about restaurant. It's almost we're almost done.
yeah, probably. Yeah, we talked about Drake's penis. We talked about how a lot of people apparently liked it. You were trying to talk about how it could be painful, and I'm just like, it can be, but it could be good pain. Like dominatrix stuff exists, like that
That's
things
the second
exist.
time
But
that you've brought this up in
yeah,
2 podcasts, dumb.
which one? Oh, dominatrix. Yeah. Oh yeah. But we also talked about the potential of this starting to look a little more unprofessional than it is, and hopefully with a new
Oh, yeah, we talked about the future.
environment in the future of that, as well as what you might be excited to see uh, upcoming. Again, not podcast wide, just other visuals and other entertainment wise, videos and all that.
Oh, we didn't plug ourselves last podcast.
That's fine.
Let's remember to do that this time.
I thought you'd do that running down.
Yeah, but we're still supposed to say it.
Oh, I was supposed to say it. My bad.
I guess I could just do it at the end, you're right.
It's fine.
What was this? I got an interesting this came up, I can bring it back to work, I guess, but do you know how much you have to spend like, if you spend something every day, how quickly it adds up to $10,000?
Yes.
Take a guess, like, how much per day do you have to spend for it to be $10,000 a day, for a year?
Oh, for a year? Oh, it's that hard.
Just take a quick guess. I'll tell
Oh,
you the
gonna be
number.
about 250, I think.
250 a day?
Yeah,
You
right.
think that's how much you have to spend?
A day, and then it racks up to 10,000. I believe so.
$27
Oh yeah,
is all it takes every
then
day.
yeah.
I spend that every day. I didn't realize it until I heard this little bit. So, on my way to work, my car is super inefficient because it's a supercharged car.
Hmm.
I spend $10 on gas every single day. there and back is $10. It's the vehicle I chose. I need to choose a better vehicle, but at this point in my life, I chose this vehicle.
It's like
Um,
everyone has those
so
moments.
that's $10 a day, no matter what. I have to get to work. Technically, I work 5 days a week, so it's not every day. Sometimes 6 days a week. But it's close enough. And then the real kicker, so I get Chick-fil-A every single day I go to work, before I go to work, every single day that I go to work, unless I'm extremely late, and then I just skip it, but it hasn't happened in a while. My order when I do my full order, it's $17. What does that add up to? $27, exactly. So to
Mhm.
hear that little statistic was like,
An eye opener.
yeah, I gotta stop. I gotta stop somewhere. I
Yeah.
can't stop spending gas.
Well, I mean, that's also why everybody. I mean, and that's also why the generation gets annoyed because they're like, "Oh, the school didn't teach us how to do W-2s or how to budget and stuff." And I'm like,
Shouldn't your parents teach you that? Or your parent?
also, no offense, but like, yeah, the school might not have done that, but I learned how to do my W-2s at school
My mom
from my
showed me.
economics teacher,
Oh, that is another thing, yeah, my
and that was
economics I did have an economics class that they didn't teach me how, but they showed me tax stuff in school.
yeah.
Like, I guess people just some people just didn't have
But
that.
here was the thing, though. Again, back to my school. This was senior year. This was when we're completely done with school at the point. No one
Yeah,
cared.
senior year as well, yeah.
And when I did taxes, I do remember vividly. There was 6 of us out of 24, and I can only respect 3 other people, which were the 3 girls, because they were working since um, freshman year, and they said, "Fuck, I don't want to spend no money on that," and they learned how to do taxes. So that's it. But that still leaves what 6 out of 24, then plus three. That's still like over 10, 15 kids who just skip the class,
They weren't working
and
at the time?
then no, I saw them in like 2, 3 other periods.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was just in the moments where like, okay, well that's cool, but like you skipped it, so you don't have a say in this. And also the teachers were like, if you want to learn more about it, come after
Ask.
school
Yeah.
and ask me, and
Yeah,
I'll
no,
teach you. And I also we have economic clubs, you can come in afterwards. And even though I wasn't there for the full year, I was there for the 3 classes, and then I took pride in those 3 class. I'm sorry, 3 classes. Those after school sessions, I took pride in those three. In the 2 days I was in the economic clubs, I took pride in it because I learned all the things I could learn, and I use that shit till this day. I still budget my shit.
Yeah, I think that is actually a big thing, is people just lying about their education. I mean, because
We use it a lot more than you think.
education is different in other places, like, we grew up around the same area, and our education was apparently pretty similar because I had economics in senior year as well. And some people just claim that they weren't taught it, but I feel like most of those people who are claiming that just didn't pay attention.
Yeah, no, we use it a lot more than you
Just a
think.
feeling, no statistics around that.
Mhm.
This is not a statistical podcast.
And I mean, also the thing we have the internet in our hands too. And again, you can Google numbers and all that stuff, but you do have to realize that there is a
This
math
goes back to the
formula that is behind it.
it goes
You
back to
just
the
grab the
sources
answers.
where
Yeah, you just
even if
grab the
you
answer.
Google it, it could be the wrong information.
And it goes, yeah, it could also be an incorrect answer if you don't know exactly what you're looking for, which is again is on your own. That's who we surround. That's what we surround ourselves with.
Did you know that
We
whenever you have to vamp or you go on your own, like when I walked out the door last 2 podcasts ago,
Yeah,
you change your voice?
yeah, I
You notice
do.
that?
I
You do
speak
like a
to
little
my
radio voice.
so if you notice to my stream and stuff, I speak to my nose a lot. I speak nasally.
Mhm.
I want to blame the nanny because I thought it was normalized to speak like that and to kind of go with it.
That's hilarious.
But the funny part is when it's I've noticed that's a lot more too. My actual voice is when I kind of get rid of the nasal and stuff. But the thing about it is I'm trying to speak fast. I can't do that without my nose. And I still don't know why I do that. So like
It's just your speech pattern.
just
Oh, is this a training technique that you've done?
a little bit. I also noticed this like because these are kind of newish. I had these for the last 2 years, but these really pinch my fucking nose a lot. Which is why I said Forget glasses. I got contacts instead. But another thing, I actually like to use my professional voice, and because of my professional voice, it makes me feel more confident in what I do.
So
Also, people used to make fun of my voice a lot, and it never hurt me until I started dating and I started to actually want to be intimate with people, and that's when it
man,
started to hurt.
really different man talking right now.
And because of that, I changed it because I told you back then I thought about doing voice acting, but I didn't want to be like the cool guy. I didn't want to be like Spike from Cowboy Bebop. I didn't want to be like a deep voice like
Sultry.
Piccolo or shit. Who was Kakashi in that kind of
Oh,
manner
that's
in that way?
if I ever do a tangent, if I ever do a cosplay, it's gonna be Kakashi.
I think you could pull it off actually.
I think I could.
Yeah, I think you got the right height for it to do it. Actually, I'm not gonna lie.
The right build.
Actually, yeah,
He's really
you're right.
thin
Because
too.
yeah, everyone is kind of more lean in Naruto. I'm sorry, yeah. And meanwhile, Dragon Ball Z, everyone's like fucking buff out of their mind. But yeah, so for me, I wanted to be the voice that was more like Luffy or the voice Chopper in that kind of range. I
Who's
wanted
Chopper?
to. He's from One Piece, I think. He's the deer from One Piece.
Oh, okay.
Another one
I know his
was to
little
be
deer.
more like Might guy,
Mike.
Might, yeah,
Mike. Might? Oh
yeah,
fuck.
Might.
I actually don't know
No,
his name.
Rock Lee. Sorry, Rock Lee. To sound a little weird on that kind of
You
moments.
sound like Rock Lee.
And then Krillin, if you watch Dragon Ball or things like that, maybe.
How do you bring it to anime every single podcast?
Oh, because it's the only thing I know, and it's
Maybe
also
voice change
again
back?
it's that wide variety that everyone can jump into and not really give a second thought
Your
about.
voice change back.
Yeah.
So okay, so let me give you I think I've been working my voice for about 7 years. In terms of singing. I still suck, but I still learned a lot about it, even though I don't know how to as if I get a voice crack. Um
Yeah.
so I feel like I might be able to like help you with some because like this is my normal speaking voice. Actually, I raise it. Similarly to what you've heard, I heard that raising your tone of voice makes you more approachable, like a
Hmm.
higher pitch versus a lower pitch. So I've actually raised my voice speaking wise, and you've lowered yours.
Same here. I used to raise my voice a lot because again, I'm pretty sure you saw this, but in high school or middle school, you remember those group of people who are like, "Hey, it's me, I'm Zach." I'm like,
I didn't
"Why do
actually
you
have any.
sound so
I
low?"
didn't have any of those.
And they're but you also see them on
Yeah, no, I know
yeah,
about
but
it.
social media. Yeah, you see them and they're trying so hard to like fucking deep it down.
Let me
It gets
try
to the
to.
point that it's almost kind of violent because like they're actually destroying the voice trying to sound that, and I'm like, that's not good
So
that you do it.
yeah, so if I were to just talk, this is my talking voice. It's lower. This is my normal talking voice. So
Hmm.
what I but I raise it. So for me physically, it's actually like moving the vibration from here. Dirty, your hands are all over. It's moving the vibration from here to here,
Hmm.
and then you can also go up here
Yeah,
and
I mean,
talk
you go
even
up here,
higher.
yeah, it goes a little higher, and
But
it
you
sounds more friendly that way too.
but if you
But
notice, I'm not using my nose. It's just speaking vibe. I don't know if this is right. I'm not a vocal coach, but I just vibrate instead of vibrating here, I vibrate here inside my mouth, and it just makes it go higher.
and and that is gonna be my goal too, is to actually find either a vocal class or a vocal
For
coach.
speech
Because
or for
another thing about it is speech. Again, I slow my words a lot because again, when I'm speaking through my nose, I can speak fast, and if I speak fast, for some reason, everyone kind of clicks as to what's going on. But when I get rid of my nose and all that stuff, I start to slur because I'm not using my nose anymore. I'm not
you said
breathing
to
through
use
my nose
slurs,
either. Yeah, and I also
racial slurs.
no. I also slur because I'm Spanish too. So like if you can hear my S and like how strong the S sound goes along with my P's and all that stuff, that's just because I'm Spanish in that way, and also my lisp
Yeah, I had to
exists.
put this little pop filter on because your P's are so powerful.
Yeah.
It's true.
Hmm. Like the power levels in Dragon Ball Z.
Oh god. All right.
I know. Are we still making good time, or
Yeah, that's
did
we're
we
pretty much done.
destroy it? Okay, good. I
Um.
say hold on, but let's actually end it on a minor
Yeah.
server
Go
thing
ahead.
because I know this whole point is to be a server. Um, I guess just on any side notes. if you're ever going out to eat at restaurants or anything like that, and if you sit down and you're just enjoying yourself, uh, and about 10, 15 minutes go by, and you start to see the restaurant become a full house, and you see your server come back sweaty as all like a motherfucker, do recognize that. Ooh, maybe we should put in effort in now and probably call it a night if we don't want to be a part of it, because there are just some things that we don't control. Like for example, last week, having a total tabletop of 25 people coming in. That was it, 25 people for the whole day, and you thought nothing. And then out of the blue, for no reason, a convention was in town. It ended for the day. It had nothing to do with your restaurant. You had no like like the actual people who are meant to have companies cater uh for us to cater for them, or for us to open those special events. No reason for them to actually contact that to anyone else. But out of the blue, 90 fucking reservations comes in. There's a good chance that we got cut off guard and are now trying our bests to make it to give you guys the best service that we can provide. With that being said, that shit was hell. That shit was not fun in any way. If you do plan on working in the service industry, do remember that you're gonna have one of those days.
Because
Not planned.
everybody has those days.
Everybody has those days.
Everybody
Wait,
makes mistakes.
yep. Oh, there was a lot of mistakes there. There was a lot of mistakes that day.
That's the second time Hannah Montana has come up on the podcast.
Mm-hmm. She was very popular. It was actually good.
I do want to end it on one thing actually because I've been wanting to say this for a while. So great note. Wait, did you say your point?
Yeah, that was the point. Yeah,
Okay,
just be observant of the restaurant.
but
If
it
you're like, if it's empty
took you a while
for
to.
5, 10, I know, because I was trying to actually add the story into it, but I was like, no, we actually have no time, so we can't. So
But
it was
now
the
I'm gonna add a little story.
backpedaling.
I gotta be very hands with this one. So we have a. Is she like 60?
Who?
Well, I'm not gonna say the name.
The runner?
Waiter assistant.
Oh, assistant? Yeah,
The
she's
only
got to be up
60 year
there.
old.
Yeah, she's got to be up there.
The runner.
I don't know. Everyone looks like they're in their 60s. I know it sounds
Hurtful,
rude.
but
I
anyway,
know. Yeah, don't worry. They can make fun of my voice afterwards. It'll be fine.
sweet, sweet old woman, foreign old woman, very sweet, motherly, you could say, or grandmotherly. Motherly,
Motherly.
probably grandmotherly. No. She was filling. You don't even know this story. She was filling up water pitchers. She was like, you know, on thing, and then it's a real short story. She goes. It's in the soda. The water's in the soda machine, like most, and so she puts it down, and she accidentally bumps it forward. It hits the Sprite, and she goes and starts spraying Sprite in there.
Oh.
And her face when she just like she looks at it, and you just hear the softest little oh.
Oh.
Yeah, just
Oh.
and she looked, and I'm standing there, and she starts smiling, and she looks at me, and I just start laughing, and I walk out to finish what I'm doing, and I come back, and she's doing stuff, and I see her again, and it reminds me of it like 2 minutes later, so there's no way she forgot what happened, and I start laughing, and she goes, "What happened? What what happened?" Like, she wants to know why I'm laughing so much. It was the funniest thing ever. She just that little "oh," she just went, "Oh," and, like, she was so confused with the soda,
Such a sweet soul she
and
is.
she was so funny. I walked by laughing, and she goes, "What happened?" Like, she starts laughing because she doesn't know why I'm laughing. Oh, that was just a funny story.
My favorite joke or pull she got on me was we had to do knife racks. Essentially, there were steak knives. We had to rack it up. Uh, I was not informed that we had to do it, but then when I was only informed that we had to do one. However, I always did two because I actually liked the way she always congratulated me. She's like, all right, I did two. All right, so I'm gonna head out. And she's like, oh, you did two. That's wonderful.
That's
Always
funny. We're
doing
supposed to
it.
do too.
And then I find out that we're supposed to be doing two. And I'm like, all right, I did. Wait, what? And I was like, yeah, well, you're mandatory. You're supposed to do two. And I
For
looked at
knife.
her. I'm like, did you just fucking belittle me this whole time, thinking that I was doing an extra work?
Funniest part is, there's no way she was belittling you.
And it
She meant it 100% that
and
she
she
was
meant it
glad you did too.
100%. And I was like, okay, I still did my job, but still, you could have told me or anyway. But again, such a sweet soul. She was like, you
All
did it,"
right.
and I was like, oh,
Now, speaking of changing voices, this is my outro and intro voice.
get the fuck out of here,
I'm
guys.
Dylan. That's your camera. Damn it. I'm Dylan. These are all my social medias. Well, not all of them. I have the filming channel and the vlogging and smithing channel. This is Jason.
Hi,
These are
and
all his
yes, these are all my channels.
right here.
It's just one.
Instagrams and such.
It says Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch.
Yeah. And then, oh,
Hopefully YouTube soon.
here is both of our. This is the waiter bitches. All of our information. Actually, it's down here. Sorry.
Oh,
Our
okay.
hands are gonna be up here. The things.
That's fine. You know what? That makes sense. Nothing ever works out in the restaurant industries anyways, so
Yep. This is, believe it or not, this is a restaurant drama podcast.
as we slowly dive out of it.
I've been Dylan. He's been Jason. I'm a busboy. He's gonna be a waiter. Unfortunately,
Yeah, and then
dynamics are
yeah,
changing. Everything
you're gonna get a
dies.
new host in episode 5. It's gonna be just this one girl or something. I don't know.
Everything dies. It's gonna be. Oh, I almost said her name.
Yeah, don't bleep that
Bleep,
out.
bleep that because I was still too close.
That's way too close.
Bye.
Bye. You know she worked in the military.
I didn't. Oh, I did
She
know
worked in
that.
the
I did
government.
know that.
Yeah,
The
she
government.
was a high ranking
Technically
governor
military.
too, and I was like, damn.
She's pretty. She had like. She had like.
She had stars, bro. She had stars and medals,
Yeah,
and I'm
medals.
like, you went back and you came here. It's like I came from my child, my daughter, and I
You,
was
you
like,
can't
oh,
do. You can't do military forever.
of course no. But I mean, the
You know what I thought
oh
we
yeah,
should
it's gonna
do
end.
is we do like a like in the '90s how they did interviews, and then at the end of the interview, the camera would swing back and everyone would be clapping, and the audio would cut from the people speaking.
Yeah.
We should do that.
Okay, but who the fuck is gonna be clapping?
Like, what? I just put it in, and
Alright,
now this is
fine.
just us talking over muted cameras,
Okay, that could work.
and I just zoom out, but there's nothing. There's nothing to zoom out to, so it's just a black. No, I'll use that in the background.
Yeah.
I know. I can't.
You
I
can.
can't.
I
I can't.
mean, you can do the reversal.
Somebody.
Well, yeah,
Somebody made that.
yeah. We're gonna have to get rid of that eventually because we don't know
Yeah.
if
If we ever
that's
start
even.
making money off of this, it'll be
Yeah,
different.
yeah. We have no idea if this is owned or not.
All right.
But that's what I mean. Let's make all the fuck ups now, and then once it starts getting better, then we're add our own stick to it, and then by then, if